All right. Uh, Hello and welcome to Off the Charts Weekly Market Analysis segment. Every week we give a breakdown of the crypto market, offer our thoughts on the market as a whole, and share it with you on YouTube. After this video is recorded, we'll go back, talk with the members, answer any questions in a live voice call that any members are free to join. And if you're interested in joining, you can head to the links in the description to find out more. Let's get right in. Start with Bitcoin here. We get some action going on just in the last couple hours in the market. But we'll look first at the weekly. So we have this sort of mapped out here. These levels we've had for quite a while, but looking at this structurally, I'm hoping to see basically what bulls want to see. If you want Bitcoin to go up, you want to see this weekly close, strong like this. If it closed right now, it would be good. Suggesting a pivot and some sort of bullish price acceptance, but it's Monday and it's, we got a long week ahead. So not much to be said for this early in the week, but just looking at our structure, I mean, you could say that this is a bear flag, but I mean, bottom line is until we get a lower low, this is bullish market structure here, higher lows, higher highs. So, we're going to treat it as such. Let's move down. Look at a daily time frame again. Getting a reaction here. We consolidated the last few days. In this sort of area of interest that we've been tracking. And, stochastic is, bottomed out, oversold. MACD looking like it's trying to finish sort of a bearish move. So plenty of reasons to think that we may be at a low. Not to say that means we're going to go for a higher high, but it's certainly a possibility. I do think we will see a bounce, this week, ideally. And of course, no guarantees, but I do think we're starting to shape up for a bounce for the week. At least come up, give sort of a dead cat bounce before further downside, if that's going to be the case. And if not, a solid bounce back to sort of range highs. We can kind of call this a deviation up here, this, sort of above 45.5. We didn't really stay up there too long and kind of faked back down to what sort of a range low. Not a perfect range here, but, more or less we're moving sideways if we zoom out. I think at least we could see a move up to 45,000 this week, possibly. If we lose this box, where we're trading in now, basically below 39K, then, we'll be looking for further downside. And I would say we want to be sort of protecting capital at that point and, pulling our positions, doing what we need to do to be in as much tether or, cash as possible. Again, move down to the 4 hour. Right, today did not start nice. Started with a move down, turned out to be a little bit of a deviation, a little bit of a fake out. We dumped below sort of the weekend lows, the consolidation of the last few days. We had Friday, was Good Friday, so stock markets were closed. So we've had sort of just crab price action for, 3 days now. And Monday started with a bang, moving down, and now we're jumping back up. We've taken the lows of this range, if we call sort of this a range here, right? We've went below, took the liquidity there. Now we've gone above. We want to see, basically, are we just going to stay in this range, or are we going to close above and sort of get a real push, or go back below? This is sort of trap price action. Not really going in any direction. We're just kind of sweeping liquidity. and taking margin traders out, basically. So yeah, jump over. I had just a clean Bitcoin chart to kind of see this naked without all the levels. We don't want to become biased to levels that we've had all this time. Be able to look at it with fresh eyes. And again, I mean, we're looking at pretty much a sideways chart. Not that in the moment it certainly doesn't feel sideways when you're pumping and when you're dumping, but more or less we've kind of just been going sideways for almost, was that 15 months or so? Again, not to say that we're actually going sideways. We've had cycles, plenty has happened, there's been plenty of action in this time, but when you zoom out and look at it, it's like, oh, we're just kind of back where we were. So yeah, we'd like to see this maintain some bullish structure here. If we can pivot, then it's not exactly a strong higher low, but it is a higher low. And we can see what happens from there. Potentially go up, like I said, test some of the range highs and see how we do up there. But too early to call what's going to happen then. We need to see what's going on now first. Jump over to Ethereum. Again, this is a little bit cleaner with the in terms of structure, with higher lows. Strong candle right now. We want to see that close strong and push up from there to sort of signal and confirm, I guess, if you want to call it, the higher low. And I think then you'll see buyers start to step in. We could get a push again, maybe 3,200, somewhere around there would be sort of our first high time frame resistance to worry about. And then, we can see if we push from there or if we get rejected and act accordingly. Yeah, not too much to say about ETH that hasn't been said about Bitcoin already. We returned back in the middle of March. We were looking at this area for our breakout. We broke that, retested the diagonal, and got a solid move up. And then we started to see this sort of distribution up here, and we've come back down, tested the same breakout level, and got a strong reaction there again. Just one tap, and we've had a pretty good bounce. In terms of like local price action, we want to see basically where we're at now can act as resistance. This consolidation price action we have here, we're in the thick of it now. You could argue that this is a short here. Certainly it could be. We can get rejected, come back down, go even lower. I would say just be cautious and wait. Basically, we want to break the higher level here around 30.75 to give us sort of some confidence that bulls are stepping in and, we have buyers. Then we can see, again, a move probably up, we have 4-hour supply, 32.50. We can take the resistance as it comes and see what happens if we do break that. But it could be a big move if we break to the upside here. Let's just jump over ETH BTC. We've had some alts that continue to perform, some that, are down 80% in the last couple months. But ETH BTC does still seem to be in an uptrend, which is good for, those of you playing altcoins. This is what we like to see. We want Bitcoin to be healthy, but we want alts to, outperform. That's how we make more Bitcoin, make more money. So a little bit of a correction happening here. Bitcoin's sort of leading the way with this particular move. But ETH's starting to drag its feet and come along with it. So, we'll see what happens. first things first, we need Bitcoin to be healthy. And then if we can get some consolidation, we can start to see some alts go. And we'll certainly be looking for those and, playing those as they come. Yeah, I think, maybe BTC can pull back a little further, 5% or so before it would need to bounce. And then just looking at total, a chart we haven't looked at in quite a while. Sort of at our, we marked out this level as something to look for. We've come down, we're bouncing out of it, which is good to see. But again, we want to see this get above 1.875 trillion. Would sort of be our bullish breakout here on the total market cap, where you can see, you would start to see rallies across the board. That's when the whole market's doing well. Of course, there's always outliers, but that's when we would see money getting injected. Other than looking at the charts, we have to factor in everything that's going on with the war, macro, the Fed tapering. There's plenty of things to be alarmed about and to be, just aren't good for markets in general. They're not particularly bad for the crypto market, but as long as we're sort of correlated with the stock market, it's going to do its thing. So that's something to watch. Potential for a decoupling. That's what we hope for as crypto people. We don't want the Fed selling stocks and other assets to affect ours, but the unfortunate truth is, as of now, it does. This is all intertwined. So, not too much to, I don't have some big bold take here today. We're just kind of watching, seeing what's going on. Again, I think we're probably due for a bounce. I think we've had enough down for now. The sellers are looking pretty exhausted. And bulls are stepping in here. Let's see how far they can take it. Alright, I guess that's it for today. Jump in the chat, see what's going on. Thanks.